Before we go play, Wild Badger has stepped up to the plate again. So far they have sent me a weed eater, a tree trimmer, full-size chainsaw, and a tiny hand chainsaw. But this time, if I can learn how to use this knife with one hand, we're gonna try out this little beauty. And believe it or not, it is really, really light. So we'll see how it does. I'm not a fan of unboxing videos at all because everybody knows what a box is and everybody knows how to open a box. But what I want to know is how easy this thing is to put together in case someone like my dad ordered it and said, hey, order me one of those little order me a battery powered lawnmower and I want to see if it works. So as you can tell, I'm pretty good with putting stuff together. I don't think we're going to be needing that. So we're going to come back here. I'm going to take all the plastic off everything. I got the main players unwrapped. I'm assuming this is a handle that goes here, and this is the handle that goes here. And then this one here hooks up here somehow. This is all the hardware I see so far, and I love it. I'm assuming that goes right there, and all you need is a fallopian head in your pocket. And these three go like this: spinner, washer, nut, bolt with a little square head on it. Look, still have you use instructions. And this last little doogamaflitchy has to go right here, right? So it can hold the cord up. I was wondering how that was going to happen. Cool. The only thing that could possibly be left in two boxes, I would assume, is a battery and a charger. Here's a charger, and this has to be the battery. This is the heaviest thing in the whole dooflotty. So let's think. Before I look at it, does it have a button to push that shows its current charge? Don't worry about that. It has 3 lights for a 40 volt. It says it's 40 volts. So let's put in a 40 volt battery right there and 40 volt around the yard a little bit. I'm a little excited. I'm not gonna bag it. If you live in a neighborhood where you gotta bag your leaves, you need to move, or your grass. I might be to the point where I have to use instructions now. I cannot figure out how to crank it up. There's your deck height, up and down. I'm really disappointed in my person. Page 1. Warning, don't put your face underneath it when you crank it up. Page 2, battery, service, package, removal before it's used, blades, remove, install the blade. Blades on it. Install the battery, close the compartment, depress the safety lock off switch first, safety lock off switch first, then pull the start lever for the switch, start the machine. To stop, let go. So you push the button, then you do this. Pushing the button. That is really low. I raise it up. Not low enough. Now, of course, you know what I'm about to do to put this to the test. We're gonna semi-bush hog with it. Are you ready? See how tall the grass is? started turning down by itself. Maybe when it gets resistance, then it turns it back up higher. Oh, it does. It's so light. This is ridiculous. Whoop, it is stick. We're gonna hold it up a little bit to eat through here. Give me another hand. I kind of like it. Okay, that's bush hogging. Let's go try a real spot. I lowered it a notch. Well, let's trim up around here. Oops, I need button and then this. Drag down the side of that barn over there. I'm actually kind of impressed. It's tiny. It's 14-inch cut, but if you had a yard that was made up of like 30 chia pets, then you'd be in the zone. I will put the link to this little beauty in the video description. If you could give it about a 6 to 8 inch lift, it would bush hog. I can't help but come out here and cast a line before I go do anything else, because it only takes usually one cast and you either catch a fish or you don't. Sometimes you don't, and then sometimes you don't, but most of the time you do. This is an amazing spot for snakes and fish if they're out here. If I was a fish, that's where I would be. Probably right there. Missed it. I just cast again and I got all kind of hung up. That's not what's important right now. This part of the video is for Chad. He's the only one, I think, that enjoys watching my impressive fishing videos. He knows that I am by far the most professional fisherman around, with my Guggen Squad broken reel and my rod, and my $7 Teamy reel. So what we're gonna do here, I only stopped here for a minute, so don't worry, I'm not gonna do a year-long fishing video. We're gonna go downstream and catch that big one. This is where the big bass was. It was so scared that I thought I would catch so many times and I didn't. There are so many rocks in there that there's rocks in there. And this are the two right here where I'm about to get hung up on. I hope. Did it again. I messed around and put a dent in my brand new bullet rate, freshly painted. I put this in the shop a while back, body shop, to have it straightened out and painted. Now it's got a dent. I put that in a tree over there. That's not really where I wanted it. That lawnmower is kind of impressive, actually. I'm not trying to sell you on it. It's about $270. But for somebody that just needed, I wonder if there's anything way over in that hole over there. I wonder if I can drag a fish that far. Sure you can, dude. Is this your first day fishing? Well, yeah. Today. There's got to be a fish out here. See, this is the part that gets bad. You start getting tempted to start walking downstream again and think, okay, it's the next hole. It's the next hole. Because if I'm going to be known worldwide for my impressive fishing videos, then I've got to catch a fish. You got to catch one at least every now and then. We're going to get further in that hole. Oh, I'm by the rock. He's a rock. He's a rock. Jesus is a rock. He's a rock. There are no... Oh, my goodness. Not the spot to get hung up. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, that was a stick. Oh, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Not cool. How would you do this? Because you know the hook's hanging out now. What would you do in this situation? You could pull this back and let go and then shoot the rod across that rock. Okay, good. I think we just pulled up grass. Ooh. For those of y'all who live around this area, Oxford, Anniston, Heflin, any of that stuff, you've probably heard by now, Hillaby Reservoir is closed because it's gator mating season and they're aggressive. I think that Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Lower Alabama are closed too. Don't worry about that rock right there. That's supposed to be there. How many times? I'm gonna get another dent in that thing. Sometimes you have no choice but to do this. Oh, it's gonna break off. I bet I got another dent in my bullet weight. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just gonna try the rapids in hopes. I mean, if I was a fish, I'd be sitting there waiting on minnows to wash over. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, a couple more tries, then I'm done. Right here. But this is not a fishing video. This is not, I repeat, this is not a fishing video. This is not a fishing video. If I was a good skilled urologist, I could throw this right up underneath that tree. I want to go further under that tree, and I would catch a fish. Oh my goodness, I don't want to get hung on a rock yet. Okay, let's go. I can't stand it. Last time I was here, there was a big healthy one over there. Oh, there's a little tiny bass, an LTB if you will. It's about that long. Speaking of little tiny bass, kids are out in the yard. They're not kids anymore, they're all grown-ups. And this baby groundhog was following the dog around the yard as if it was mama. So Seedless Tanae, they offered it some blueberries and tomatoes for a snack. And it's a very nice little groundhog. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, we got a free bleeding hook. You can really only catch bass in two places here. Underneath that eucalyptus tree and over here in this corner. So we're gonna go past the eucalyptus tree. I didn't get close enough to it, but I'm thinking that when that landed, it probably really got everybody fired up. Like, hey, there's a worm that just fell out of the sky. Let's go get it and let's eat it. Because those are tasty worms. That looks like a June bug to me. Yeah, those are really good. I think it's gonna be good. But no, they don't like it. I lose patience with fishing. So after about 3 twisties twist or whatever you call it, reels, I'm like ready to bring it in. Because I think if they want it, they're gonna get it. Okay, be patient. This is not a fishing video. This is not, say it with me, this is not a fishing video. This is not, we're gonna go one more time. We're gonna get under that tree. It's not a eucalyptus tree. Oh, good, we're right in the grass there. Sometimes you can catch fish that beach themselves. Speaking of beaching themselves, you know, I think whales and dolphins and sharks and stuff like that do it on purpose sometimes. Because they say that dolphins are some of the smartest animals in the world. Then you think they'd get together and say, hey man, you see old Donnie Dolphin over there? He's on the beach and he's drying up. Don't do that. Tell your kid dolphins, look, when there's no water, to stop. I really think so. They're probably thinking, you know, this is my time to go, like a cat. You know, they say a cat walks off and when it knows it's about to be done and its battery's about to wear out and run out, and they go and they wander off and they kick the bucket somewhere. I believe that's hogwash. Have you ever washed a hog? I haven't either. I gotta get further up there. That's where I need to be. That's where the fish is. I knew where I was before, if I'd have went about 3 foot to the left, that's where a fish is. There's always a fish right there. Always. Oh, you had a little reel in the face for that action. I know, it's impressive. Have I told you this is the AW200 right hand? Well, it is. Temu. It's actually about $12 on Temu. I ordered 5 of these, and out of the 5 I have 2 that are functioning pretty well. The others didn't come with any grease in them. I tried taking them apart and I couldn't get them back together. So I've got 3 reels for sale if anybody needs them. You have to put them back together. I promise, this is my last cast. We're going straight in the center because there's a little snake head poking up. We're going straight down the center and we're gonna catch a fish right there. Nobody would ever catch right there. They think, well, there's no structure there, dude. You're not gonna catch a fish there, dude. There's no structure under there. They like to be in the shade. They like to be in the sun. You know they're not gonna be there. Dude. Hey dude, where's my car? Anybody ever see that movie? Don't watch it. You would think that there would be fish anywhere out here. Well, if you'd crank that worm a little slower, then you might catch a fish. Well, maybe so. But it's time to speed it up. Look at that rotation on that reel. Look at that. I told you it wasn't a fishing video. I'm done. I just got back to my truck and the doors didn't open, and then there's somebody put my keys on the sidewalk right there. This is not a fishing video. I got a good feeling I'm gonna fall and bust my tail right here. But I don't know. I'm quiet because I want to see if there are any snakes. There's something out there. I hate to do this. I'm a fan of most, but it has to be done. So then you ask yourself, well, how are you going to cast? You'll just cast, do you? Just do like this, and like that, like this, and like that, and you go, oh, that didn't go anywhere. I could have went further. You know, I bet you could catch a lot of fish out here with just a bobber and a worm. Oh man, we were on like a chicken bone. But that's not important right now. We're gonna cast a little further. Ooh, that's a good Ploppenhauser. I had a tick on my boot when I came out of there. Oh, there's just something about sticks all over my legs that make the vomit face. That goes a big old carp. I need one fish to prove this is not a fishing video. Looks good. Still got a little taste on it. We're gonna break that. We're gonna break this. Now we can get a little more action, camera-packed action. Oh yes, that's the spot where the fish are. I knew it when I got here. There's a fish over there, and it's gonna bite and chew that worm. But this is in my way. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, I'm thinking that they moved. Last time I came, I didn't go right here, so nobody knows if they were there or not. So this time, we're gonna go that way, but we gotta eliminate that. If I was a fishing, I'd be getting cold because the sun is setting. I'd be over there in the little brown grass. And I'd say, man, I wish a worm would fall in the water. And there'll be one right there. And they go, ooh, ooh, ooh. Y'all see that worm? Do y'all see that worm? Somebody go get it. No, I'm scared. I don't like the purple ones. This right here is simply a stormwater runoff surrounding a shopping center. Mosquito laying around on my nose. So all the storm water runs off in here, flows to the creek, and then that's what it does. But it's also full of everything that leaks out of everyone's car. Oil, antifreeze, grease, gasoline, oil, antifreeze, grease, gas. There's something big just made a swim away from it. Look at that mimosa. Mine's not that tall yet, but it's getting there. This is not a fishing video. Well, good thing, dude, because you haven't even caught a fish yet. You can go around the shopping center behind me and bypass a lot of the traffic. And you can dance if you want to. Come on, fall. Oh, a little too close to the side. But that was a more realistic, oh, I just fell in the water. There's something over there. We gotta go back over there. There's a fish over there. I don't know if I can cast behind me. This is not a fishing video. This is not a fishing video. Maybe that worm has a little grass in its mouth. A little too far, but that's okay. I want to drop off the bank. Plop right in the bank. That, gentlemen and ladies, is how you catch a fish. Unless you get on somebody else's fishing line hanging up over there. Oh no, that's a piece of grass. So it looked like a worm struggling. A warm worm struggling. Well, I haven't caught a fish. I just had the first cast out here had one lick it. Lick and spit, lick and spit. Oh, I'll show you a little clip of the groundhog too. This is not a fishing video, but I figured while we're here, we would cast down to that other tree. I think it's a birch. I'm looking behind me to see if I can cast that far. I ought to be able to with a broken Guggen, right? High new backlash. That's what you're talking about right there. Come on. This is where they are. There's fish in here. This is where they live. Maybe I gotta make it dance. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind, because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance with her, they're no friends of mine. So yeah, we can go where we want to. Listen, you will never find. And we can act like we come from out of this world, leave the ones far behind. So yeah, we can dance. We can dance. I feel like there's a tick on my leg. No, dude, that's in your head. Okay. You gotta get all rude about it. Let's look at it. Looks good still. We're gonna hang a left this time. Oh, we hung a far left. There's gotta be a fish up there. Thinking, wow, there's nobody fishing on the bank, so everything that falls in the water is real. That purple worm is real. What in the world could I be hung up on out here? It might have been a turtle shell. That is a really impressive mimosa tree right there. Really most beautiful and impressive mimosa tree. I went to Jamaica, and they have them with different colors that are pretty cool. I brought some seeds back, made it through customs, because they weren't accustomed to me going through customs, and I planted them. That's about 3 feet too short. I don't even want to count that as activity. You didn't see that. That's a little better. But I got them to grow about 4 or 5 foot tall. Grew them in the house over winter and everything for several months. And they did great. And then I put it outside and it bucked the kick it. And it was done. Done. Why aren't there any fish out here? This is not a fishing video. We're done. Those hurt no matter how gentle you touch them. But if you just love them and see them for what they are. This is not a fishing video. I was just driving by. I wasn't fishing or anything. And I was going to get another spot. But there was a lot of activity right here in the water. And I thought, that might be a good spot to drop a worm in there and see if there's any fish to catch. And I thought, no, it's probably not, because there might not be any fish in there. And then I thought, well, there's only a couple ways to find out. And one of the quickest ways to find out was to put a new worm on here. I'll use a worm for about a year. And then when I'm done, I'll retire it. That's a good bass right there. There's a bass that just swam by. I promise. It's not looking at my worm. It went uphill over there. But you know what that means? That means I'm about to catch it, because it's in that hole right there. So we're gonna go over there Oh, there's 2 good bass. Oh my goodness, there's like 3 good bass. Okay, you ready? We got to get to the bank because we want to slip in on them. Like that. Then we slipped in. We work our way over. That's crazy. There's a bunch of good bass over there. Ah, there it is. It's looking at me. And it said, hey. And I said, what? I'm going to drag it right by it. They're not hungry. There are no fish under the ice. Right here. I see it. It just opened its mouth. Why is it playing games with me? That bass is give me some surfer. I know you can't see it. I can barely see its pretty little face. I'm really concentrating now because that bass, okay, it's swimming to the side and it's going upstream. None of them want it. Not cool. So what we got to do is get in the sluicing housing way over there. Perfect, perfect. You only get about a 1 to 2 foot spot to catch a fish, and then we're back in the sluicers in the grass. Okay, wait with me. We're gonna try this one more time. We're gonna go downstream. This is not a fishing video. This is not a fishing video. I tell myself, I remind myself, I need to bring a boat down here, like a motorboat. There you go, motorboat. Dude, how can you fish so much when you don't even catch anything? There's that bass. Back in the same spot. It just swam over my worm and laughed at me, and it said, okay, under that tree. Are y'all still there? We're gonna run out of battery. I'm really sincere about not doing any more fishing videos. If I don't catch a fish, oh, there's a bass right underneath me. A good one. Oh, good bass right here underneath me. Unbelievable. There's 2 of them right here, but you gotta push the button, dude. Okay, sorry. What is going on? I got 2 bass underneath me. I wish you could see that bass right there. It is like right there. And it does not want this worm. Can you see that bass? You can't see it, can you? Just hang on. If they were on bed, you could irritate them enough to where they would finally bite it. Maybe they want something else. Maybe they don't care. Maybe it's over. Maybe I need to get down further stream and come up the bank. Yeah, that's what you need to do, dude. Plus, you're talking too much. You're scaring them. Nah. A bass likes a good conversation. You know what I need? Oh, a jitterbug. Dude, a jitterbug. get it. Hang on. I just rolled this on it. I'm up in the swamp area, so maybe we start with some fresh fish. If I don't catch a fish, I won't do another fishing video. But this one is not a fishing video, so it doesn't count. We were going to get in a creek. This is a creek, but this is a pretty funky Comadina creek. And I don't understand why I haven't caught a fish yet. I'm pretty good at this game. You throw a worm in the water and you do this. The most impressive thing I've seen out here is there is a golf ball sitting on top of that pile of sludge in motion. Okay, so you gotta look behind you, see if you can cast. You gotta back up and break one stick, break two sticks. Now you're set. A professional fisherman wouldn't have to do that. Okay, fish. I don't know what's going on. I mean, this is the best spot probably in the world to catch fish, and we're not catching any, which means there's probably not anyone else in the world catching fish right now. Okay, I give up. This is not a fishing video at all. I don't think there's any fish in here. Oh, it's a little turtle. Huh. I thought it was a box turtle trying to get out. But it was not. Wow, this is pretty deep right here. Well, I guess that's just not gonna happen today, which is okay. I need to put a boat in here with a trolling motor so I can troll some people and some fish. I wonder if that's where it comes from, trolling. You're just trolling. And you're just trolling. Why are you trolling me? Give me a fish, give me a fish. Break me off a piece of that fish, cat bar. I think I got ticks all over my legs. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna do one long cast, then I'm officially done. I'm pretty sure. That was the worst cast in the world. Sometimes it's the worst cast that brings about the greatest rewards. I'm gonna put that on a sign and hang it in a business office somewhere. Sometimes it's the worst cast in the world that brings about the greatest rewards. Sometimes mares eat oats and does eat oats and zizlazilazis. Sliver river. I didn't get up there far enough. I need to get in that Sluisenhausen. Right there. I'm about 10 foot too short, but that's not really what's important right now. What's important is that we're getting this time together. And actually, you would be surprised that you can catch in a little bitty freshwater runoff place like this. I couldn't surprise you today, but this is not a fishing video, so that's not the point of it. 100% the end of the road. Nowhere else to fish, nowhere else to go. So if we don't catch a fish in here, then there's not one in here. So there are no fish in the water today. I got one of these. I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to say hey. Okay, go. Fast as you can. Well, to me, that made it all worthwhile. The water smells like 100% sewage. And I just stuck my hands in it. But they're mine, and I'll wash them before I put them in my nose. That's the plan anyway. Oh my goodness, I've never been up this far. I have before they developed all this, but now that it's developed, it's kind of like, it's still water, but I'm gonna throw it way out there and hope that if I catch a fish, I can get it through all this. Oh, it smells horrible. There are beaver in here. There's turtles in here. There's snakes in here. I doubt there are any alligators in here, though there are further down where this comes out. Come on. But Insky. I'm about to take a chance. I just don't want to get ticks on my back. I got ticks on my back and they won't go. Okay, you ready? That's about the same place I just cast. We already know there's not a fish right there. Now, if an alligator comes up in a second, I will ask you to belay my last. Belay, belay, relay, delay, belay. Lama, 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 lama. Oh, I thought something just touched it. They just gave it a little kiss. I gotta remember to show you the I gotta remember to show you the little groundhog. So if you were going to put a boat in here, I guess you could put it in up at this end and float with a paddle and get to the other end. I think your best bet would be to just dangle a worm on a bobber, and I think you would catch a pretty good bit of fishing housings. I don't know. Okay, one more cast, please. This is not. I know what the problem is. I'm using that bullet weight with all the messed up spots on it. It's hard to catch a fish with a bullet weight. That's no good. Okay, that's as far as this little half a pole will cast. Okay, one just touched it and did a jiggle-liggle-liggle. It didn't want it. I'm trying to stay around that big thing of sticks right there, because I'm probably gonna end up pulling them out in a minute. See, after that little jiggle, it makes me want to go down there again and do it again. You don't have to watch anymore. This, see, I did it again right there. You can see watch the line go back. Must be a little fish. This little fish of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little fish of mine, he's got a little tiny behind. He got a little tiny behind, cause he is a little fish of mine. This little fish of mine. I'm gonna kiss him on the mouth when I catch him. I'm gonna throw him back out in the water. Get a guy on the other side. I put a question out on Facebook Reels. Why do people who hate tourists move to the beach? But you can broaden that. Why do people who hate tourists buy condos or live forever, like in places like Gatlinburg or Yellowstone or Greenstone, or buy Blackstone grills? Why do they move to Gulf Shores? Why do they move to Dolphin Island? Because they all grew up going there. That's the only way they knew about it, unless they were born there. But you got to ask yourself, if you don't like tourists, no, you need to tell yourself, if you don't like tourists, you don't move to a tourist place, right? That's my thoughts anyway. Now, let's say, okay, well, you inherited it. I'm not catching any fish out here, but it's probably because of your technique and your style. Well, that's your fault, not mine. I wonder if my worm dances like that in the water. Okay, 100% last cast. We're gonna go between the two green pod nations and we're gonna sling. Okay, we'll go right there on the end of that one. That's about as far as there cast now. Up there's the good quality pole you got there. Well, that's a Guggen squid. Guggen squid. They don't know how to spell squid. I told myself I'd never own anything that said Guggen on it. It's just like when kids are in middle school and they want to dress like their friends. They get these little groups. You got the people that are all blacked out, like, what is it called, the goth type people? Come on, take it. You got the goth type people, you got the rockers who go stand in the smoking area. I know there's no smoking areas anymore. You got the jocks, and when they grow up they're like, who am I gonna be now? So they become bikers and they get the full costume, or they become beach people and they get the full costume. What do they become? Then you just grow up and you join another club. That's just part of life. I just want to thank you, little worm, for enduring all that punishment and not doing anything for us today. This is not a fishing video. Thanks for watching my videos.